Welcome to my Animation Me background tutorial. The apps you'll need is any drawing app or a piece of paper and a pencil, and OpenToonz. Right now, I'm going to be sketching out what I want the background to look like. So these little tilted thingies, it's going to be just a giant rectangle and then rotate it. I want to maybe add another layer of the tilted things, so that it looks more complex and layered, but simple at the same time. There won't be any complex patterns. It's just going to be some types of flat colors. Okay, I'm going to show you what I want it to do with it. I want it to be like darker at the edge and then lighter, like slowly transitioning to the background, the base background color. Now, I want to add something else. Maybe I could add these little zigzags on the side to make it look a little more filled. And the character is, of course, going to be here. If there's a character, you guys can use this. If you're following along, you can use this as a tutorial. You can use this tutorial for your own animation memes, but just credit me, tag me, whatever, post a link to the video or anything to give me credit. But I will allow you to use it, just tag me. Now we have the background color. We just filled in the rectangle, and we will choose a little bit of a lighter blue. Okay, for this part, I was really struggling, trying to get to the part, getting to rotate this and also make it so that it fills part of the frame. Just watch me struggle for a bit, and I'll show you the correct way soon. You have to be sure you're adding a Toonz vector layer, and you have to add a big rectangle, like so. Fill it in. Right now we can just use black. We can change the color later. Select, scale it down, and rotate it like so. I had a bit of trouble trying to move it. I don't use this tool a lot. I usually just draw everything in Krita and then animate everything else. So, yeah, this was also really new to me. OpenToonz experts probably screaming at me through the screen. Okay, so now we move it. I think we need to rotate like a bit less, and then we move it here. This is when I discovered how to move. Anyways, you move it like this, and then you make some more tiny adjustments so that it goes to your liking. You could always refer back to your reference, the sketch that you made on the other medium. Okay. More adjustments, and then after that I'll be making the other layers, which is going to be more transforming and adjusting and adding more Toonz vector layers. It's going to be a pretty long process, so I'm going to speed it up a little bit. The next step is to color in the things that you added. I'll add a darker blue because the base background is a lighter blue, and if I make a darker shade, then it'll more reinforce the idea that the main color of this background is blue. Pasted that color, and add the outer layers like so. Okay, we're done with that, and now we're going to be renaming our layers so that it's easier to see which layer is which if you want to add any effects. I won't be doing that, but you can if you want. If you're following along, of course. Now we'll name this inner 1. This one will be inner 2. This one is outer 1 and outer 2. Okay, there we go. Now, the stage schematic, you don't have to do anything with the stage schematic because they'll be moving at different speeds. The frame thingies, I don't know what to call them, but they'll be moving at different speeds, so you don't have to use the stage schematic. Okay. Now, we'll be adding the little zigzaggy patterns. For this, I'll be making another Toonz vector level, apply, and hit OK. Basically, that's how you make multiple levels of the same type at the same time. And we're going to be making the zigzag with the, not the brush tool, but the shapes tool. Don't do what I did. I didn't make sure that I was using the line, so I accidentally made a rectangle. That was very awkward. Yeah. Now let's actually change it to line. Remember that these two could. It's better if the two lines align better so that there's a more polished look to it. Okay, now it's Control C, Control V, just copy paste it all and make a whole pattern. And I'm also going to be copy pasting that to the other layer, which is going to be pretty boring, so I'm going to speed that up too. Okay, we are done with that. We will go to the animation tab to see all our layers more clearly. And let's rename them to lines L and lines R. Alright, now that we're done with that, we're going to be animating it. Gonna extend it to about 12 frames, like this. That was a whole lot of me trying to figure everything out. Instead of speeding it up, I just cut it off. So because it didn't really have anything to it, and also I'm pretty lazy. And I decided, no, I'm not going to click a few buttons. I'm just gonna delete everything. So now we're just going to get into animating. Press the Z key to make a keyframe, and we're going to start with the lines. Remember to set the X to 0 millimeters every time you move it, so that it's only the Y. It's only the Y of the lines moving. Now that looks there. I put a graph in it. I don't know what to say. Anyways, we're just gonna be clicking that and clicking linear interpolation. Oh, but I did the wrong one. Linear interpolation, and the last one, linear interpolation as well. But you know what? Yeah, okay. Now it looks way worse. This is where we are going to be decreasing the amount of movement that the lines are going to have. This is important because we don't want any of our parts being too fast or too slow, which is very necessary if you want an aesthetically pleasing background. Okay, if we do that, that's way better. Now it's time for the inner and the outer, whatever you call it. I want to add a little bit of delay to it, but after I'm done with this. I'm gonna need to add some more keyframes and remember to add some delay, so that it looks like there are two different parts. And that's going to really change how it's like. There you go. I forgot to add the delay. Let's just do that real quick. We want to add the keyframes to different times so that it's smoother and looks like we want it to look like. But first, I'm gonna look at this. We're gonna look at the function curves. We don't need them right now because we didn't add any movement to our parts. But let's just, we don't want to set it to linear interpolation though. We want to have a curve so they can ease out and ease back in. That's going to make it look better and look how we desire it to look like. First, we have to actually set the delay for the keyframes because we've been talking about that for a while, and we haven't really been doing it. Let's just make that later than that. So there's an effect that there are different parts moving because they are. Now it's time to set the function curves. Right now they look not exactly like how we want it to look like, and some of the handles are missing. Let's reset that. It's gonna be a nice tool, the reset handles. Gonna be doing an ease out, ease in, so it looks in the way that we want it to look. Basically, we don't want too extreme of an ease out because there's a limited amount of frames, and if there's too much of an extreme, then it's just going to be one frame in one point and the other frame in the other point, and that's not going to be very good. Okay. Now, column 3, column 4, columns. When I was newer to the program, I thought the COL meant color for some reason. I don't know what was going on in my head. Of course, adjusting the graphs again. Might look a little scary, but it's actually a little way easier than it looks. Just adjusting some handles. Okay. Now, that's what it looks like. And I think we're ready to render and export. We're done rendering, and this is what the animation looks like in a loop. If you followed along, you probably have something similar to this. I hope you found this video helpful. thank you so much for watching, and see you later.